What up? Brick Street Sprite in the building. Like, subscribe, comment, Brick Street Hooligans, Brick Street Media, Hoolie Vision. Um, just tapping in briefly. Wanted to say a couple things. Well, mainly, I saw or I heard on Spaces. Hold on, man. Hold on. Real quick. Drugz was basically robbed against Tru Foe. Remy Ma was the judge in a 4-3 decision, split decision battle that Drugz lost to Tru Foe for a belt on Midnight Madness. And she had $1,000 on the battle that Drugz would lose the battle. What does that mean? That means that she was the deciding. Well, it doesn't really matter. If it was 4-3, 3-4, any of those that were for Tru Foe, any of the judges that voted for Tru Foe were the deciding. Pick one of the four. Any of them could be the deciding vote for Tru Foe. Which means Remy Ma was the deciding vote for Tru Foe. Which means that the entire battle was rigged. And you can ball it up and throw it in the trash. Dunk it in the trash. Like LeBron. You know what I mean? Because to me that really just fucks up the whole event. You know what I mean? I don't care what anybody says. Now, what that should mean is that, well, really, man, just to make a point, anytime you involve gambling at that level in anything. Now, I don't agree with both battlers not being paid, first of all. Because like I said, they're supposed to evolve from the so-called essence and what it once was. Because most of these guys that are battling now weren't involved with the essence, with the beginning of battle rap. Why would you want to revert back to, like, I understand you trying to say you're going to get more hungrier battlers when somebody knows that they might lose and go home with nothing and lose and go home in the negative because they have to pay money because they're putting their own money on the line. That doesn't really, I don't agree with that because these battlers are already hungry because they know if they continue to fuck up, they're not going to get the same plates or the same looks on every league or any league or URL or RBE or King of the Dot. So you have to keep performing well in order to continue to, especially if you're a younger, hungrier artist. Because that's what I've heard people try to push, is that it's good for the lower tier guys who are going to get more looks and have more eyes on them. It's going to be they're going to be hungrier because of the fact that they might lose money and this because they have to put their own money on the floor. Every battler's already hungry because they know they should win anyway, and they have to win to set up the next plate in the next battle, in the next deal, in the next contract. So I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference as far as performance. So, first event, I understand they're going to say, well, it's the first event. We're going to have to work out kinks and this, that, and the third. I look at it as it's only been one event and somebody's already been robbed. Or you've already had like somebody get cheated and a judge cheat for themselves. You know what they do in baseball or basketball when somebody bets on some shit that they're involved in? They're literally banned from the sport From going to the Hall of Fame, from participating in another game, from even being in the fucking building. Pete Rose, Donahue, Shoeless Joe Jackson, the 1919 White Sox. Just look at all of the shits. You know what I mean? I just think that's some absolute garbage ass bullshit. Drugs pretty. And then you listen to Sue Surf like trying to basically say, just shut the fuck up, Drugs. Who cares, Drugs? It's not about you. It's about Midnight Madness and the movement. I heard DME Detroit say, who I've referenced a lot lately, or always do, because I'm a big fan of DME. You know what I mean? And he speaks with logic. You're not allowed to say anything negative about Midnight Madness, even if it's the truth, because we don't care if it's wrong. This is supposed to... We're covering anything negative up. Shut up. Shh. Shut your fucking mouth, Drugs. You should just take it. Bend over and take it. You should be happy to be involved in some shit like this. I don't see how, because if it was on any league, he would have been paid win, lose, draw. It wouldn't have had to worry about being robbed. Which leads to another point of mine. Well, I use this to segue into another point. That the URL is completely funding this shit. This Midnight Madness shit is not Sue Surf. Sue Surf is just the face of it at the moment. Because the URL needs a backup plan. In case they lose the lawsuit to Norbs, which they are going to lose. They need a backup plan. A backup channel. Because once they lose that lawsuit, there's going to be a division between them and Caffeine. Because that's going to fuck up their relationship. To an extent, at least. It may fuck up the URL channel. Who knows what assets they'll have to give up if it's 40 million or more. That's a lot of fucking coin. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about that shit. They might have to give up every dollar coming from that YouTube channel if they lose that lawsuit. I've heard of that type of shit happening. They're going to say, what assets do you have? And we're going to drain them in order to pay him. Because you have a contract with this company, so we're going to take that money out of that check and garnish it and give it to him until you're paid off on that 40 million. So they're going to have Sue Surf be the face of Midnight Madness, so it looks like they have no part of it, when really they've been funding the whole thing from behind and funneling all the money into it. And in order to not have to give up as much money and pay all these battlers each a check, they got them battling for one check in the middle on the floor. Sue Surf's not really funding the shit. This is all just my theory right now, but I'm almost 100, like, bro, I don't think I'm wrong. They know that they would have to pay both battlers if it was on URL, or if they did this Midnight Madness shit right on, like a regular league. You know what I'm saying? Say they were going to pay Snake Eyes 10 and Nun 10. That's 20. Well, instead, let's just put 5 in the middle. Or 10 in the middle. And have them battle for it. So that then we don't have to pay the 20. We're paying half that. We're only paying the price of one of their contracts. Then one guy goes home with nothing. Whoever wins gets the bread. That's what I think is happening. You know what I'm saying? But Tru Foe should have to give up that belt, man. Or they should have to battle again. There should be another vote. Something. When the video drops, there should be another vote with all new judges. Remy Ma should be disqualified from judging again on any Midnight Madness or even being in the building for any Midnight Madness battle. The shit ain't right, man. I'm not the biggest Drugz fan, but he was fire against Lou Castro. And he's not trash. Well, he is trash sometimes, but that's not it. It's the principle. He just got done wrong and done dirty. And Smfh is trying to tell him basically to shut up and be quiet because that's gonna harm the reputation of Midnight Madness, which we want to be perfect and to go off without a hitch, especially in the first event. We want it to be all kumbaya, and we want this image of perfect kumbaya unity. Even though that obviously, I guess that's not exactly what happened, huh? The truth comes out, that's not exactly what happened. So, I don't think it's right, man. She should be disqualified. They should not, I don't know about battling again. Really, they should battle again. But rather than battle again, it should be judged again. It should be watched and judged by 7 new judges. Straight up. Throw away the whole judges. Throw away the whole judge. Throw away the whole bitch, Remy Ma. Throw her away. Straight up. I fuck with Remy. She beautiful, talented, but she's obviously shiesty. If she would pull some shit like that. If you have money on the floor, you're supposed to say, nah, I can't. I can't. If you really care about the league and the success of battle rap and the integrity, you should have said no. All these things that you always say you care about, you know what I'm saying? As far as just helping to push battle rap forward, you should have said no. Because now you just made it look hella fucking shiesty and grimy. It made yourself look like you selfish as hell and don't really give a fuck. You don't really care about the Midnight Madness movement or battle rap movement or community. You just was trying to profit and didn't really care about how it looked. You should have known it as soon as somebody found out about that shit, they were gonna put that shit out. Let me know what y'all think, man. It's your boy Brick Street Sprite. Like, subscribe, comment. Brick Street Hooligans, Brick Street Media, Hooli Vision 100.